Hi everyone. On this video, we are going to be talking about the parts of a manual sewing machine. Now getting started, we're going to be starting from the balance wheel. Now this is the balance wheel. Now mind you, never turn the balance wheel backwards, as this is not good for the health of a sewing machine. Always turn the balance wheel towards you. Now this is the balance wheel. Now you notice when you turn the balance wheel towards you, there is a belt pulley connected to a flywheel underneath. Okay. Now, when you turn the balance wheel towards you, you notice that the belt pulley turns the flywheel, and the flywheel makes the foot pedal to maintain a up and down movement. So, therefore, you need the balance wheel to start and stop your sewing machine. And then we have the bobbin winder. Now this is the bobbin winder, and this is the latch used to engage the bobbin winder, and this is the release lever. Now this compartment right here is the bobbin winder. So trying to wind your bobbin using the sewing machine, you just place your bobbin on the winder spindle and make sure it clips with this little notch right here, and then you start to wind the bobbin. Now this also is the bobbin winder spool pin. This is where you place your thread spool that you want to wind your bobbin from. This is the bobbin winder spool pin, and this is the bobbin winder tension disc. Okay. All right. Now from there, this is the stitch regulator. Now the stitch regulator is the dial that you use to tell the sewing machine if she's to stitch forward or to stitch backward. As you can see, there is a little line here to tell you the reset point. Now when this dial is at the middle, it means it is at the reset point. At this point, it doesn't forward stitch, it doesn't backward stitch, it is still. Okay, but from this line downward is for forward stitching. And while forward stitching, immediately after the line downward, the machine starts to forward stitch, and the stitch length is very short and tight. So the more you go downwards, the stitch length increases in length. Okay. Now this is for the longest stitch length because it is at the bottom down. Now this is for forward stitching and for the longest stitch length. And once again, this is the reset point, and this is for backward stitching as well. Now, the more you go up, the more the stitch length increases. That means the stitch length becomes long and longer and longer. Okay? Then immediately after the line upwards, it is still back stitching, but the stitch length is very short and tight. Okay? Now, working on soft fabric like check, you're going to have to be at the top like this. That is for the longest stitch length. Or for forward stitching, you'll be at the peak. But normally you can be around 8. As you can see, there are numbers here. This is 20, 12, 8, 5. And so for normal materials like your polo should be at around 8 like this. Okay, now this is for the stitch length. Then right after that, this is the top thread spool pin. And this is where you place the top thread. Okay, and then this is the machine arm. As you can see, I can easily grab on the machine to take it off the sewing desk or move around, or to move this sewing machine around. This is the sewing machine arm. Now this is the machine bed. This is your working area. And this is the slide. Okay. Now with the slide, you can slide it open like this so as you can get access to the bobbin. Okay. And this is the slide. You can slide open and close. Now this is the presser foot. Now the presser foot is the one that helps hold your fabric in place so that the feed dog can move the fabric backward or forward for forward stitching and backward stitching. Now let me turn the balance switch towards me so that you can see the feed dog. Now this is the feed dog. As you can see, as I'm turning the balance switch towards me and the needle is going up and down, you see the feed dog is also going down. Because my machine is set to forward stitching, you can see how the feed dog is moving. Okay. Now when I set my machine to backward stitching just by selecting backward stitch like this, now look at what happens to the feed dog. You can see this is for backward stitching. You can see how the feed dog is moving. This is the feed dog teeth. This is the feed dog teeth. This tiny teeth here is the feed dog teeth. Now for backward stitching, you see how she behaves. Okay, now let me set to forward stitching. You see, this is for forward stitching. Okay, now this is the needle. This sharp metal right here is the needle. Okay, and this is the needle clamp screw right here. This screw. With this screw, you can loosen anti-clockwise. When you loosen this screw anti-clockwise, you see that your needle is going to fall down. So the needle clamp screw is used to tighten and loosen the needle. The grip on the needle. Okay. Now this rod right here is the needle rod. As you turn the balance switch towards you, this rod moves up and down, thereby allowing your needle to move up and down as well. Okay. Now why this part is the needle bar. Alright. Now coming to the face. Now this is the tension disc. What the tension disc does is that it helps to tension the top thread. The tension disc makes sure that the top thread is not too loose. Okay. Now this is the take off lever. As you turn the balance switch towards you, notice that the take off lever moves up and down. Like so, up, down, up, down. Now what the take up lever does is that it makes sure that now the take up lever helps to pull tight the top thread for proper stitching. Without the take off lever, your machine cannot make a stitch. Okay, so you need a take up lever for your machine to be able to stitch, because the take up lever is the one that help pull the thread from the needle and from the tension disc to make sure both are tight and aligned. Okay, so you need a take up lever. Now this also is the regulated thumb screw. Okay, now you need this screw to tighten the pressure on the presser foot. Now when you're working on soft fabric like check, you need to increase the pressure because the fabric is very thin. Okay, and then when you're working on thick fabric like jeans, you need to reduce the pressure because the fabric is already thick, so you don't need much pressure. So that is why you need to tighten or loosen this, depends on the fabric that you're working on. And once again, it is the regulating thumb screw. Now this is the pressure bar lever. So when you release this lever, look at what happens. So you need this pressure bar so that the pressure foot can be released on the fabric you're working in for you to start sewing. Now this is the face cover. This face right here is the face cover. And right here is the face cover thread guide. Basically, we have three basic thread guides, and the thread guides are the guides that help to guide the thread through the various parts of the same machine for proper stitch. Now this is the first thread guide right here. This is the first thread guide. You might start to understand when I thread this sewing machine. This is the first guide, and then this is the second guide, which is the face cover thread guide, and this is the last that finally guides the thread to the needle. Okay, and after that, let's do a quick summary. This is the presser bar regulated thumb screw, and this is the face cover of your machine, and this is the take up lever, and this is the tension disc, and once again this is the face cover thread guide, and this is the presser foot, and this little tiny teeth right here is the feed dog teeth. The feed dog teeth. And this is the slide. Slide open to get access to the shuttle race, bobbin, case, and all of that. Close. It's open, close. That's the slide. Now this is the needle plate. Underneath is the feed dog mechanism. So you can always open these two screws right here, then check for leftovers inside, then clean and oil properly for best performance of your sewing machine. Once again, it is the needle plate. Alright, now this is the spool pin. Spool pins 1 And two, this is the top thread spool pin. Now this houses the top thread, and this is the bobbin winder spool pin. It houses the thread that's about to be wound on the bobbin. And this is the bobbin winder tension disc. The bobbin winder tension disc. Okay. Now this is the stitch regulator. This is the reset point now for backward stitching and then forward stitching. That is the stitch length regulator. Now this is the bobbin winder. So you can engage by pulling on the latch. Now this is the release lever of the bobbin. And while this is the winder spindle. Now this is the balance wheel. You need the balance wheel to start and stop the sewing machine. Okay. Now this is needle clamp screw. And this is the needle. And now I'm going to try the sewing machine so that you can see the functions of the spool pins and the thread guides. Now you can see from the spool pin down to the first thread guide, then to the tension disc, then to the take up lever, then to the face cover thread guide, to the needle thread guide, and finally to the eye of the needle. Now, with all this being said, shown and explained, I'm going to need you guys to subscribe to this channel. Share with your loved ones.